What's up, mother suckers? It's your boy Travie McCoy, Gym Class Heroes, and I'm sitting here with the flyest Boys to Men Jordans that you will never ever own.
Whoops.
Your man's will though. We kicking it here. On that note, my brother Shawn Stockman, you know what I'm saying? Get right.
We all resemble some type of, I think, animal.
I agree. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck which one I look like.
We'll let the fans decide. As we're talking about this, we'll probably have a bunch of comments saying, "Well, you look like this, and Shawn look like this." So yeah, I'm sure you'll get your answer after.
Travie like a heffalump.
Yeah. All right, let's get it. All right, here we go. Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of On That Note. I am your host, Shawn Stockman, and of course, this is the place where we speak a language we all understand, and that is music. Now, before we get into this interview, I have to shout out the new members, the new community denizens of the On That Note Patreon page, all right? I'm not going to shout out everybody because there's a lot of people, but I want to shout out a few just to say thank you. Just thank you for being a part of it, and I hope you're enjoying being a part of the community thus far. So shout out to Zachary Johnson, Rudy Herrera, Kenzo and Ben, Wanye's World, Kevin Epps, Shakara Monique, Ricardo Kelly Sr., LaDonica, Jess for Self, Alcira Ivy, Michelle, Misty DJ. I can go on and on. I just want to give you guys the shouts out, and everybody else that has become a part of the community. Thank you so very much for just hanging out and believing in what we're doing over here at On That Note. So thank you very much. And I have to, shout out, because, this is a shameless flex, but I have to shout out the Jordan brand for finally, matter of fact, let me take these off for this.
Give them to the people.
You gotta give it to the people, Trav.
You better have some good socks.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I got the Snoopies on, bro.
The Snoop.
You know what I'm saying? That's my alter ego, Snoopy.
Oh,
but
shit.
These, ladies and gentlemen, are the Jordan Boys to Men edition 11s. Yes.
I better have some.
Oh no, I got you covered. Now the story behind these, I'm not gonna get too deep into it because I'm gonna save it for when me and my guys do the podcast again. But basically, this is the original.
I see it right here.
Yeah, you see it. This is the original design that Tinker Hatfield, the gentleman who actually made the Jordan 11s, this was his original idea. And basically, later on down the line, he switched it from black on white to white on black.
White on black, and then you had the gray lace loops, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. But these were this was the first design. And the truth is, and this is according to Michael Jordan, a lot of people are telling a lot of stories online about how we got connected to it. And this came from Tinker and from MJ. Wow. Telling us this, because we put on these J's because we liked them. We didn't think that Jordan would ever see us, but we were at a particular award show, and we're still trying to find the actual photo, but nevertheless, he saw us in them because Nike didn't like them. They thought they were ugly, and they didn't think nobody was going to buy them. And Jordan was like, "Yo, somebody else outside of sports is going to wear these, like in a red carpet or whatever."
Because you can rock them with a suit.
With a suit, and I'm definitely rocking these with a suit. Yeah, for sure. And I guess he saw us at an award show with him on, and he told Tinker, "I told you, motherfucker, I told you." So that's the story. And a lot of people are saying a lot of things, but listen, we got the story from Michael and Tinker themselves. Mm-hmm. So this is what happened. All right. So this is the limited, well, actually exclusive Jordan 11 Boys to Men edition. As you can see, the logo and inside you can see the B2M.
Oh, stop.
You know what I'm saying? So, thank you to the Jordan brand, Reggie Saunders, and of course, Mr. Michael Jordan and Tinker Hatfield themselves. And I'm gonna put this right here.
That's OD.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna take off both.
Hey, show them shits all the way off. All the way off.
You know what I mean? And unfortunately, you can't get them in stores. They're specifically for a certain group of people.
Friends and family type
Friends and family. So you can't buy these in stores, folks. So I'm going to give you a quick glimpse of them, and you can check them out. They look good, Shawn? Are they okay? They're fine? Okay. It might be. Let me.
I hear a little hummy.
A little hum. Okay. Let me cut this off. See, this is what we do here, folks. And on that note, sometimes
Jangling.
you got to do some kind of off the cuff type shit. So let me see. All right, let me cut this out here, and this should cut off now. Let me see. Yep,
Maybe
it's off.
Was it? There's still a humming, right? Maybe it's not the guitar.
It could.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah.
It's like a
ringing. Really? Yeah. Could be. Could be. Is it bad?
No, I don't think the mic's picking up. I think I'm just.
Okay. All right. No, I just want to make sure that nothing's distorted or anything. But anyway, we here, folks, and guys, we got a special guest. I didn't realize as he walked in that we do have somewhat of a history.
Absolutely.
And we have done a few shows together years ago, and as you know, you move around the industry and you meet so many people.
Too many sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yep.
But like there are some memories that just stand out, and we're going to discuss those. But first, I would like to give my introduction as I give to everybody. Okay,
I appreciate
so
you.
just sit tight, relax, and receive these flowers one time. All right.
Love,
All right. My guest today is a true original, an artist who proved that hip hop never had to stay inside one box.
Nope.
Long before genre blending became the norm, he was fearlessly combining rap, rock, pop, funk, soul, and alternative music into a sound that was unmistakably his own. That's true, because there hasn't really been anybody quite like you until you came into the scene.
Yeah.
And then everybody started kind of doing that blend.
Absolutely. Now I feel like it's amazing in a sense too, because we got kind of persecuted for it, like crucified for, like you can't do this with this, and now
it ain't hip hop.
Yeah, it's too. They used to say we were too hip hop for rock and too alternative for. It was just like we weren't good enough. I'm like, fuck it, we gonna keep treading these. You know what I mean?
Right.
These waters, and now there's no genre.
I was about to say,
it's like everything's just
music's
music.
You literally made what you're saying become a reality for all of music.
And I feel like Maui, like. What more can I say except you're welcome?
Exactly. We giving this man his flowers today because he deserves them. This Geneva, New York native was introduced to the world as a charismatic frontman, lyricist, and co-founder of the multi-platinum band Gym Class Heroes, a group that literally began after he met drummer Matt McGinley in high school gym class.
Literally.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's a fly name too. From those humble beginnings came one of the most unique success stories in modern music, as Gym Class Heroes became one of the defining crossover acts of the 2000s, helping reshape what alternative hip hop could sound like. Always being the kind of artist who refuses to color inside the lines.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about that too. His music seamlessly fuses razor-sharp lyricism with melodic songwriting, delivering records that are equally comfortable on hip-hop playlists, rock radio, and pop charts. That's very rare. Like you really carved a lane that no one has done and really hasn't done as well.
Yeah. But I will say, without bands like Bad Brains, and just a 311 and Black Eyed Peas, even early Black Eyed Peas, that first Black Eyed Peas record, I remember going to school and bringing it to Matt and saying, "Yo."
That's true. Shout out to the Peas. Shout out to Tab,
Whew.
my guy. Yeah, that's real. But still, because you're not just your sound and your delivery, but the look, everything.
Yeah.
Like, because being an artist it's equal parts the music, but it's also the other side, the actual image. The
it's
perception.
all encompassing.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been a sore thumb my entire life.
Yeah.
Like I'm 6'5", 6'6" if I'm standing up straight.
Right.
But I've always stuck out, and I used to try to make myself small to fit in. And then I think there was a point in like 10th, 11th grade when I said, fuck this shit, my back hurts. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta be me.
Gotta be you.
All the way.
You gotta be you. And it's paid off. So
absolutely.
Listen, he's behind creating songs like Cupid's Chokehold, Close Off, The Queen and I, and the global smash Stereo Hearts. Songs like stayed in heavy rotation on radio stations around the globe. Along the way, the band collected platinum-selling records, millions of albums sold, hundreds of millions of streams, and performances on some of the world's biggest stages. Their innovative sound opened doors for countless artists who would later blur the lines between hip-hop, pop, punk, rock, and mainstream pop. He's also proven he can do his thing as a solo artist as well. Like this, I'm telling you, this is a,
I'm forgetting all this shit.
This is a great reminder for you. His debut solo album Lazarus introduced the worldwide hit Billionaire, featuring a then rising Bruno Mars.
Yes, sir.
A song that climbed into the top 5 of the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the defining feel-good records of the decade. He continued to showcase his versatility through collaborations with artists including Patrick Stump, T-Pain, CeeLo Green, Sia, Adam Levine, Daryl Hall, Tyga, and many more, demonstrating a rare ability to adopt without ever losing his identity. That's hard to do.
Very, very.
It's hard to do, especially being in the business as long as you have.
Yeah.
You're almost certain you're going to get entrapped in, I have to be like this now.
Oh, I had a lot of fights in the Atlantic offices. Not necessarily like physical fights, but like,
I know what you mean.
You know, the battles that, like, you know what you know, I know what I know. And if we can find a middle ground, it'll work out. And we can speak on that.
No, we are, because there's one story in particular we're going to get into about a one particular fight. But yeah, the relationship between artists and label, as daunting and as abrasive sometimes it can be, it's necessary.
Absolutely.
Yin and yang. Like
I agree.
They both have to exist
in
order for everyone to see their true potential.
Yeah.
Artists help out labels and labels help out artists in their own way. But sometimes it kind of clashes. Yeah, right.
Sometimes it's a little topsy-turvy.
Yes, but we'll continue. Sure. This man is a songwriter, performer, visual artist, innovator, and one of the true pioneers of genre-bending music. His career reminds us that authenticity never goes out of style. Never. Please help me welcome the incredibly talented Mr. Travis Lazarus McCoy, a.k.a. Travie McCoy. My God.
Thank you for having me, brother. It's such an honor and a pleasure to be
How you
here.
feeling?
I'm well. I got some good sleep last night.
Oh, good.
Getting prepared for this. I knew we were going to have a good conversation.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to come here, beat up and burnt out.
Right.
So, I'm feeling good, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Feeling good.
Now, it's funny because before the official conversation began, I just knew you were out of LA. And then I started researching. I was like, oh, he's from the East Coast.
A lot of people see Geneva and like, he's from Switzerland?
Yeah, right. Yeah, not that Geneva, guys. But yeah, but let's talk about that. Where is Geneva, New York?
So I'm sure you've heard of Syracuse. Actually,
of course.
Well, this is a crazy story we'll get into. So Syracuse, Rochester.
Yeah. Which
is where I first saw you guys perform when I was a kid.
Yeah.
What am I bugging, or did you guys do a tour with Hammer?
Yeah, we did. 1992.
And was it with Seduction? Who opened that?
No, it was with Hammer. It was us, TLC.
Yes.
Jodeci and Hammer. And
so I'm not sure if TLC was at this one.
Okay.
I believe it was Jodeci, Hammer, and you guys.
Yeah.
At I believe the Blue Cross Arena in Rochester. And I think that might have been my 4th concert I ever been to.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. So Geneva is literally smack dab right in between Rochester and Syracuse.
Oh, okay.
I see. 35 minutes to either or, but
yeah,
it's right on the tip of Seneca Lake, which is one of the Finger Lakes.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's the middle finger. So I grew up right here. Yeah.
So you grew up right there.
Top of the middle finger.
Shout out to upstate New York. We spent a lot of time out there.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I mean, probably more time than people realize, but shout out to Rochester, Syracuse, like Albany, like we spent a lot of time.
It's all connected, and we've always had a lot of love for you guys, man.
No,
a lot of love.
It's always funny because I even say this like on stage, especially like when we're in like the city.
Yeah.
And I make it a joke, and everybody gets it and they laugh, but it's like I don't know what it is with New York and Boys to Men. Like you would swear we were from here, and people laugh because like every time we come to New York, it is so much love.
Yeah.
You would swore we grew up in Bed-Stuy.
You know what probably had a lot to do with that? The Chinatown train or Chinatown bus that goes from New York to Philly every day. You know about the Chinatown bus?
No, I didn't know.
So you pay, I think it's like $12, and you hop on that bus with 85 other sweaty motherfuckers, and you head to Philly and do what you gotta do in Philly and come right back that night.
Even now?
Yeah. Mm.
Wow, how about that? See, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So,
man.
I
Shout out to
mean,
the Chinatown bus to Philly.
Okay, and we are close. I mean, it's only
Mhm.
like a 2-hour
Hop,
drive
skip,
down
and leap.
95, Jersey
Yeah.
Turnpike.
But when you ain't got a car, you know what I'm saying, and you living in a basement apartment in Bushwick,
Right.
that Chinatown bus is no joke. I did a lot of work in with my boy Stress the White Boy outside of Philly in Langhorne. You know Langhorne?
Langhorne. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Langhorne,
That
Pennsylvania.
area.
Yeah. It's funny because a lot of, and I don't know if it's the same in Geneva or upstate, but you show fealty to the closest major city you're from.
Oh, of course. See,
So
I'm glad you brought that up. And I got a funny story for you.
mhm.
You remember Direct Effect on MTV?
Mhm.
So I'd say 2002, 3-ish.
Mhm.
They were shooting at the Jersey Shore, like the boardwalk.
Mhm.
And it was DJ Clue and Lala, and I
Yep.
was obsessed with Lala at the time. And Clue, something happened, so he couldn't make this particular show, but I got invited to do this. The manager I had at the time sent a video to MTV because they were doing a battle on Direct Effect at on the boardwalk, and I got accepted. And this dude, his name was the Specialist, the dude that I was battling, and he was claiming Philly the whole time, but earlier in the day I heard him telling people he was from Reading. And I was like, Reading and Philly is not the same thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? To just
Right.
to piggyback of what you were talking about. So when we got to the battle, I brought that shit up. I made him feel it. You know
Called
what
him
I'm
out.
saying? Made him feel it. I'm like, hey, that's like me claiming Rochester, even though it's close.
Right.
I'm
You're
not from Rochester. I'm from Geneva, you know, and he was from Reading, PA. You're not from Philly, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
stop, don't do that.
proximity only matters to those who know the areas.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
no one would know the difference if you're not, or you don't understand Reading and Philly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Now,
much
you being from Philly, how far is that ride from Philly to
I think
Reading?
about an hour.
Exactly. So
So
same
it's,
for me. Like,
yeah. So a lot of people, but it's an hour. But like Reading is like a whole different
world. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So like,
it's
so I think he was trying to get some points, by saying he was from Philly, but
Right.
like he was telling everybody he was from Reading before. I'm like, oh, you, and not that I was ear hustling or nothing, but he was being loud about it. And then when it came time to introduce, he was like, yeah, I'm the Specialist from Philly. I said, oh, I got your ass. I got your ass.
Yeah, because it's true. It's like I wouldn't front and say that I'm from Reading.
You know what I'm saying?
I know nothing about Reading like
Thank you.
that.
Thank you.
I'm familiar with the area, but to say I'm from Reading, people will be like, "No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not." Like and the same thing, with Philly. Like,
they would ate my ass up if I said I was from Rochester or Syracuse.
Right.
Like, especially my hometown.
Right.
People like, you're not from there.
yeah,
Like, not that I had that in my mind. I just like, I'm gonna tell people where I'm actually from.
Yeah.
I'm proud of where I'm from.
As you should
I'm
be.
sure you are. You know?
At 100%, as you should be. Now, considering that you did grow up in Geneva, New York,
Yeah.
I'm always interested to know geographically what was being played in that area. So we're gonna do a little segment I call. We're gonna go way back. in
Shucky
time.
ducky.
This is when.
I hope you did your homework because Geneva's kind of special, bro.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Listen, you're gonna learn me today.
Okay.
All right. So because there are some things that I don't know. So
Yeah.
growing up in Geneva, New York, let's say about 10 years. I always pick 10 years old.
Okay.
Because you're not a baby anymore.
Nah, but I'm buying cassette singles with the little cardboard sleeves and shit.
You're in impressionable years.
Very,
where it's
very.
like the music that you remember probably starts around that age.
For sure.
So tell me, what was popping in Geneva, New York? Like
When I was 10.
Yeah, what were the kids listening to at that time?
So 81. So we're talking 91 now.
Okay.
Motown Philly came out in 92. 91.
Mhm.
See?
May.
So check this out. That summer, I spent the summer with my Aunt Joyce in Rochester, And Rochester's a whole different world from Geneva, like you said.
Sure.
Reading is from Philly, but that's when Motown Philly dropped.
Right.
And I remember the whole ride home, it was just being played on the radio. Like, the whole ride to Rochester would be played on the radio. And you know, we were doing the WAP and shit. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
for sure. That's
like,
what you do.
What
to
is
Motown
this?
Philly.
And then when I got, then when we got to Rochester, or when I got to Rochester, while I was there that summer, the video came out, and I remember you guys had just the fit. You know what I mean, like the denim shorts with the jackets and
The
ties.
jorts.
Yeah, the jorts. And I think a couple of y'all had like walking sticks.
Michael.
He
Michael
had the
had
walking
the
stick.
stick.
And I was just like, whoa, like that. So that was an amazing summer and a transformative summer for me, because not only did I run straight to the store to buy that cassette single, but I'm trying to think of like what else was popping around that summer of '91, because summer '92.
There's a lot of good music.
So help me out here.
Going out.
You guys, that Motown Philly pop, summer '91. TLC. So yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Jodeci.
Yep.
I want to say In Vogue.
I think In
Vogue came out.
Maybe like a year before that.
Yeah, I think a year before that.
Yeah. But they were still crushing it.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. 100%.
Hold on. Oh man.
Yeah,
I had that single too.
Belle Biv DeVoe was still popping.
Yes.
And I'm trying to go to the rock side too.
So I think Faith No More. They had
Faith No More.
remember
Well,
Epic. You want it all, but you can't have it. That changed my entire world.
Yeah,
you know
that
what I
was
mean?
crazy.
Like so just to get put it in context. So my dad's side of the family, like all my uncles were like b-boys and shit, and my mom's side, all my uncles were like metalheads. So it was like when Epic came out by Faith No More, I was like, oh, this is both the worlds combining.
100%.
Like, you know, at 10 years old, I caught on to that. I was like, he's kind of rapping, but then when the hook comes in, he's singing.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
he's singing.
And had a good voice too.
You know what I mean? And over metal. And later on, I can say this today, like Mike Patton is still one of my favorite like frontmen of all time. You know? Summer '91 was crucial.
Okay.
But
that's about right, because that kind of sums up the
Mariah was popping.
Mariah was crazy. Visions of Love. And,
shit.
Yeah. Like,
I'll never forget that summer, man.
Yeah, no, it was great. So you had a nice healthy diet of a little bit of everything.
Absolutely.
R&B, pop, hip hop,
everything
explains you
where I'm at. Yeah, or not. Yeah, not necessarily where I'm at, but me. Yeah, absolutely.
As an artist, right.
So my dad was a bass player. Or I don't say was. My dad plays bass, and but he just retired a few years ago. He's a welder, like hands-on steel worker.
Sure.
And all my uncles worked with him, like some in the galvanizing plant. My dad was just like, you know, he took me to work a couple times to show me what he did. And at one point, I wanted to be an underwater welder. I didn't even know you could use fire underwater until I read a book, and I was like, "This is cool." And I was like, "Nope."
Like, you wanted to
it might be way more than I can handle, but it seemed cool at the time. You know what I mean? But yeah, like my dad, he was very. I mean, he listened to everything. Well, he would just play to records. So he'd play to Guns N' Roses, and then take that album off. By ear, yeah. He just listened and played to it with his little PV amp, you know, just play along.
Yeah.
And then he'd take off Guns N' Roses and put on Harold Melvin, you know what I mean? And
sick.
Yeah, so it was like that, you know, and even Hall & Oates, who became one of my favorite groups. Yeah, so
that makes sense.
I heard a lot of so everything that I feel like found its way into things that I drew inspiration from. It's all from my pops. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
And him trying to learn these bass lines.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I LTD and all these.
LTD.
Oh,
wow.
Man, come on, man.
Don't
stop loving me.
Wow.
Man, Poor Righteous Teacher sampled that, which made me look into it. And I'm like, oh, I remember this record from when I was a kid. You know?
Wow. So you were heavily
deep in it.
Deep into everything. That's a lot of music.
Yes,
it's very similar to my upbringing, I guess you could say, because
yeah,
everybody you named I listened to as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like Harold Melvin. I mean, being from Philly,
Yeah, you got to
Harold Melvin and Blue Notes
Gamble and
was
Huff, man.
Gamble and Huff, the Philly sound, and shit, even Poor Righteous Teachers.
Yeah, man.
You know, I know personally, I was really heavy into the conscious rap.
Yeah.
You know, I was like
Absolutely.
Public Enemy, X Clan,
All that. Oh, X Clan, remember that?
Yeah.
You sissy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you
Rest
know,
in peace, Professor X.
Professor X, and shout out to Brother J. So it's like, yeah, so like a lot of that music, shoot, I could have grew up in Geneva because that was the energy that I was on.
Yeah,
like my family, my Uncle Steve used to play Stylistics and Pieces of a Dream and Miles Davis and Brothers Johnson and you know all, you know what I'm saying, like, and all of that stuff that basically shaped hip hop, because a lot of them who were the same age as us somewhat would take samples from them and
absolutely
and make their break beats. So
I'm so grateful that, you know, like I think it's tradition in Black families to pass down, you know, what you know, like my father, you know, like him like letting me indulge in all this stuff that he loved. And you know, like when I saw that Anita Baker record, it shot me right back to, you know, summer trips that we would take and we just play it over and over. But he was also into Tina Marie, like
classics.
all day.
Yeah. So okay, so you grew up with a healthy diet of really good music. And I referred to it in your intro, but Matt McGinley.
Yes.
Went to school with this young man.
So Matt and I have a really long and very deep rooted relationship. So I got transferred. Actually, let me not sugarcoat this shit.
Yeah.
I got held back.
Okay.
In math class. So I ended up in his math class, and the day him and I became best friends, it was, you know, him and I would sit together and we would crack jokes. And Miss Freifeld was our math teacher, and she didn't like our energy. You know, she was not fucking with it. And
she knew that y'all were
we were troublesome.
Right. Yeah.
We were troublesome.
Yeah.
And one day she goes, "Travie and Matt, you guys can't sit together anymore." And Matt stands up in front of class and he goes, "Why? Because I'm black?" Mind you, Matt is white as your t-shirt. He's like, "Why? Because I'm black?" I'm like, "Oh, we just became brothers."
Right,
you know,
that's
you know
it. Yeah.
like,
that kind of sealed it. I was like, huh? Wait a minute.
so we so then I ended up getting transferred to his gym class, and I was kind of like first couple years of high school, I was trying to find where I fit in, and then I eventually realized I didn't. So in gym class, I'd never participated. I would just sit in the bleachers and draw. And Matt was kind of a loner too. And then I noticed he was getting bullied a lot. And the more him and I got closer, I felt like big bro, you know? And there was one day in particular when we were doing a weightlifting unit and in gym class, and this kid Dave just kept messing with Matt, and he like yoked him up, and I said I can't sit by and watch this anymore. And I took Dave by the throat. I said, "You will not touch my mans no more,
right? Or
we will have issues." And needless to say, Matt didn't get fucked with anymore after that. And then the ping pong unit came in gym class, and that's when Matt was a tennis player. Him and his brother were like
so
all state.
So I
tennis
see
players.
where this is going.
Yeah, so Matt he showed me how to play ping pong, and I got real nice at it. So him and I would just wreck shop like whenever the ping pong came around, like we'd have people lined up and we'd take their lunch money all day. All day. And but the thing is, I started a punk band with a friend of mine, Tyler, in 10th grade, early on in 10th grade. And we were just in the garage. I had borrowed a drum kit from my homeboy Cody, and I knew nothing about taking care of drums. So when the heads got all beat up, I just literally flipped the toms over and used the bottom heads. I was just making noise.
That's innovative.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, when you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right. Dig.
But so
what did you play in your punk band? Like, was it Bad Brains, Death?
So we would play Death. So I didn't find out about Death until later.
Okay.
But then I realized that those records were floating around, like
Mm-hmm.
the death record. There was one death record in my family somehow, some way. And I remember seeing it later on, as adolescent, like 14, 15. I'm like, let me check this out. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
And then I saw there was 3 brothers on the back.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, this is crazy.
Yeah, that
Then,
blew my mind.
then the
too.
documentary came out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Crazy. Another crazy story. So I ended up, I met Uriah Hackney, who's the son of one of the brothers. He's my friend Stat is his landlord. So
Wow.
like, yeah, and he plays drum. He played drums for Iggy Pop. He just got off tour with Interpol. Like,
Wow.
he's a beast. He's a beast.
Crazy.
He has his own band called I don't want to fuck this up. Uriah, you out there?
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Something Francis.
Well, we'll get him.
Yeah,
We'll get
yeah.
him. Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Uriah, he's the next generation from the brothers' death. You know what I
Wow,
mean?
that's crazy.
It's a trip, man.
So you had your punk band.
Yeah, so it was, we were called the Antisocial.
Okay.
And then the more Matt and I started like not the more we didn't participate in gym class, the more we learned about each other.
Yeah.
And he told me that he had a band called Hey Little Buddy. And
I
so
like that name.
so we ended up both of our bands ended up getting my girl Marta had a huge party, and she asked if our bands wanted to play. So it was the Antisocial and Hey Little Buddy. And Matt actually let me use his drums that night. And I just remember, I'll never forget, I'm just doing my thing, and he's just over in the corner like, just watching me like, oh, this motherfucker, he don't know what the fuck he doing. He's tearing my shit. He's tearing my drum.
Right. Mad
He had
as hell.
this fresh Mapex kit. It was all like all red with black hardware and shit. I'm like,
Oh,
fuck it, I'm going in. I'm
just
going in.
tearing his shit
Tearing it up. And then so after we finished, we did like a couple Nirvana covers, and
Okay.
we had a couple originals, but we were just making noise.
Right.
But that's how things start. Just making noise. What did Andre say? At the Hall of Fame, he said,
Oh yeah.
it starts in little rooms.
It
or
starts
something
in
like
little
that.
rooms. That's
Wow.
right. It's true. So
And
I'm assuming. How did the concept of the Gym Class Heroes come about? But first off, Uriah, we were trying to figure out a name. The
is it
name of
Rough
the band.
Francis? The punk band Uriah from he's the son of the one of the brothers in the band Death. I was telling you about this because he's Uriah,
Yeah.
and the son's name's Uriah. I think
Okay.
it's called Rough Francis.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Can you Googleplex it real quick?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's Rough Francis. Yeah, I don't want to mess up his.
Yeah. Yeah. In the meantime,
Yeah.
again, you and Matt decided to.
So
Uriah Hackney.
right, yeah,
Uriah Hackney.
and it's Rough Francis, right?
Yeah, Rough Francis.
Rough
Knew it.
Francis.
Rough Francis. So that's Uriah Hackney is the son of Bobby Hackney, right?
Yeah.
From
Right
Death.
from Death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet dude too.
Yeah.
So we're playing this the graduation party. So now it's Halo Buddy's turn to play, and they're killing it. I'm just like, oh yeah, I should probably stop playing drums tonight. You know what I'm saying? And I did. I gave them shits up.
Right.
But they didn't have a singer, so they were just playing instrumentals.
Mm.
And this one groove, I was just like, I could rap over this. You know what I mean? And there's a little mic. I believe it was a Shure, like one. The little. Actually, I think it was a condenser mic for drums. I said,
You
fuck
just
it, I
grabbed one of
grabbed
those.
it. Yep.
Okay.
Fuck it. And you remember J. Root the Damager?
Yes. Doom,
Doom 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 doom.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
of course.
Oh, you want a front? What? Probably still one of my favorite instrumentals because if I could, how many verses I wrote to that instrumental.
It's one of the dopest tracks ever created.
So
Yeah.
So anyway, so J. Rue had the song called "Can't Stop the Prophet,"
Mm.
and I just grabbed the mic and started spitting "Can't Stop the Prophet," and the room just was like, everybody, like it's high school kids getting fucked up, and all of a sudden the energy just shifted to what was going on, and I was like, and I felt it, and I was like, oh shit. I think I got a couple other ones I could do, so they just kept rocking. I think we did 3 or 4 jams, and then after the party, I talked to Matt and Milo, who was the original first guitarist in gym class, and I was like, yo, we should we should get together and see if we could, you know, like make some of our own music. And I had known Milo and his brother Max since I was 4 or 5 years old. They lived we lived in a half a house, and there's a fence, and they lived on the other side of the fence, but they had a tree house.
Oh.
So whenever they would leave, I would jump in their tree house and commandeer it like it was my shit. And then one time I got caught, and I was like, you want to be friends? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, cool. Like, that's how we became friends.
Right.
And then years later, we started a band, you know, with Matt. And so a couple weeks later, we got together in Milo's basement and just started jamming, man. And that was the beginning of Gym Class Heroes.
Yeah. Well, you know, was there ever a moment in the midst of you guys doing what you're doing? Because again, from conception, you were all thinking outside of the box. So
yeah,
was there a moment where someone in the industry, once you got into the industry, like said you need to pick a lane?
You know what? I think what got us signed was the fact that no one could put a finger on what it was we were doing, you know? So I think us not really, you know, painting ourselves into a corner helped us in a sense until it didn't, you know? So fast forward a few years later, when we signed to Fueled By Ramen, which was the first label we signed to, an independent label out of Florida, that got bought by Atlantic, which is how we got upstreamed. So on the second record, we put out the first record. I think we paid $500 to record the entire first album, and Fueled By Ramen put it out as is, which says a lot, you know. Shout out to Doug White at Watchman Studios.
Yeah.
But then when it came to the second album, and now I'm already terrified because I laid my guts out in this album. Like, what the hell do I have to talk about now? You know, I'm 22 years old. I haven't lived that much life. You know what I mean? I'm a fresh transplant from Geneva, New York to this city, and everything's new. And I just realized, like, if I just keep living life, it's gonna come, you know.
Sure.
So now we're on Atlantic Records, and they're like, you know, it gets pitched to us the first time. Hey, we got these dudes that we think you should work with, and this is our first time ever working with producers. We always recorded with Doug White, who was pretty much a producer in a sense, because he kind of would, if we started to veer off too far, he'd reel it back in. And but I always looked at him as an engineer. You know, he just let us do what we wanted to do. Yeah. And now we're in a situation where, you know, there's other cooks in the kitchen. Yeah. And I didn't in the beginning I wasn't with the shits at all.
Yeah, that could be a little.
It was weird. You know, coming from just doing what we wanted to do and then having people say, you know, that's cool, but try it like this. And I'm like, at first I'm like, I was raging against the machine, like, you ain't gonna tell me how to make my music. And then, you know, I started noticing things. I started learning, actually, you know what I mean, and taking things in. But there was one moment where I had a disagreement, and I'm not gonna name names, but someone was like, well, maybe you're just not made for this. Maybe. And that's when I was like, that was my first taste of the ugly side of this shit. Yeah. You know, when people are questioning you because you don't agree with what they think is right. And I remember going back to my management being like, fuck this producer shit. Like let us go back to doing what the fuck we did, because it obviously worked. But then I had to swallow my pride, and whenever I felt how I felt when I heard that, I would just bite my lip, think, and then think of a better idea and say, no, let's try this. And then it just became this battle of me outdoing these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Which made me a better, you know, like a better artist in the studio. And also I'm learning all this new studio language I didn't know about before, which is, So working with producers was, you ever heard that album, Handsome Boy Modeling School? It's like Dan the Automator and Prince Paul.
Shout out to Prince Paul.
Oh, he's
I
amazing.
never heard.
You get a chance. It's kind of like a concept record.
Yeah.
But there's this little skit and it's the dude, I can't remember his name, from Scary Movie with the good hand. Take my good hand. He goes, he goes in this. He's like, well, I guess I just got my first dirty taste of the modeling business. He's like, modeling just sucks. Modeling just sucks. And that's how I felt in that moment.
Right.
But I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm out with this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, and the album just went gold a couple years ago. So I guess it worked out, that push and pull, you know.
That yin and yang,
Absolutely.
like we mentioned, like the industry. And let me preface this by saying that even though the prophet Q-Tip in one of his scriptures says industry rule number 4080, record company people
are shady.
Yeah, I mean, like and Tip, you're right for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a few good ones.
There are.
There are a few guys that really care about the music.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, sometimes those same guys have to play that fence.
You're right.
And introducing you guys to a more production structure.
Yeah.
There's always a gamble to that, because just like you
Big
said,
gamble.
it could be a rub in the wrong way, but you applied it very constructively, and a lot of artists don't tend to do that.
Oh, because we're stubborn as fuck.
Yeah,
we are super stubborn, you know.
Super stubborn.
And you know, bullheaded, but sometimes, you know, it takes a little humbling, you know, like and a little restraint, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, cuz I could have really blown up and been like, and the record probably would not got done, you know. But at the same time, I know for a fact I didn't tuck my tail per se. It was just like, let me just sit my ass down and observe, and then retaliate, you know, creatively.
Pick your fights.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, it helps, and like you said, that tug and pull really matures an artist.
Mm-hmm. Sure does.
Sometimes quicker than we expect, but
yeah,
it's necessary. And just like you said, you learn from it. Now, every great artist has that one record speaking of which, that they were absolutely convinced was going to change everything.
Yeah.
But it never came out, or it never became a hit.
Mm-hmm.
I know I do. I can think of a couple songs I just knew was going to go.
Let me know. Talk to me.
Yeah, well, let's get to you first.
Okay,
okay, what's the greatest Travie McCoy song the public has never heard?
Ooh, that's tough. There's so many. So I will say this. We did the I Am Music tour. Wayne was, this is peak Lil Wayne, you know. He had just got out of Rikers.
Yeah.
And it was the I Am Music tour, and it was Wayne, T-Pain, Gym Class. I think Carrie Hilson did the top half, and then Keisha Cole did the second half. Okay. But Payne and I clicked like this. Like, we're two grown ass kids, man. Like, he was zipping around on a Segway, and I would steal it whenever he wasn't riding it. And then one day I come to my green room, and there's a Segway in my green room, and he's like, "Hey, that's for you." I'm like,
"Oh, that's ill."
What? So him and I clicked like this, and he had a full studio and stripper pole on his bus.
Need that.
Yeah. And so, needless to say, I spent a lot.
I thought that was standard. Like,
I thought. I mean, now they are. Shit, for me at least. But I spent all the downtime that I had on Payne's bus, and we ended up just, you know, he would play me beats all the time, and we just ended up like writing records, and I did a lot of shit with Payne on that tour. There's one song in particular. I think it may have got leaked, so you might be able to find it.
Okay.
It's called "That's Not Cool," but it never got finished, so the leaked version is not where it should be.
Okay.
But that's one that I wish, you know, like, people could hear. But there's
everybody Google that while we're talking.
It's called "That's Not Cool."
That's Not
T-Pain and Travie. What else? I had a side project in art school called Bernie Allen, with he was my roommate and probably one of my best friends in the world.
Yeah.
Cy One, he's a producer, and we wrote graffiti together all through art school and shit. we put out an album while we were in art school to make money to put groceries in the refrigerator.
Yeah,
called Bernie Allen Who Is.
Okay.
If you can find that all that shit is dope. But yeah,
So-
there's a
so
lot of
the-
stuff
was
on
it
my
the
hard drive.
band called Bernie Allen, or
It was just him
project?
and I. Yeah, the project was called Bernie Allen. It was just him and I.
Okay.
We ended up first we recorded straight on cassette a project called Brain Games. Then after that we found a friend named Dan that went to SU in Syracuse, and he was an engineering student, so he gave us like free studio time. So we got some official studio time to do the Who Is project, and that's floating out there somewhere. But
Okay.
I have hard drives full of stuff that I hope people will hear one day. You know?
Yeah, like so. With that, like, what do you decide? Like, you're gonna, and when? Like, because a lot of times it's seasonal. Like, you have a bunch of music, and sometimes as artists we get a little self-conscious about some of the music that we come out with or whatever. But there has to be, because we live in this world. I mean, I think if the music industry suits anybody, is someone like yourself, because it's pretty much an anarchist type of energy. Everybody's just doing whatever the hell they want to do.
Very much so.
So for you to put out a record and to plaster one of your, art pieces or something like on the front of it, so it seemed like some avant-garde, like, upscale type of
I've always tried to marry my art life with my music life. You know what I mean? I do a lot of our merch designs and stuff. I'm
looking at some of it.
Yeah, I always seek out artists that I love to do our album artwork. I come up with it conceptually, then I think of an artist that I love that I know can tackle the situation. But yeah, I always try to mend those two worlds and keep it, because it was either music or starving artist / art teacher.
Yeah.
And music seemed a little more exciting for me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Well, now the beautiful thing is you can do both.
Absolutely, and I do.
Yeah.
To the utmost.
That's the cool. Now, do you do pencil sketch, or do you actually deal with colors and paints?
Yeah. I mean,
so you know how to blend colors?
Oh man, color theory was one of my favorite classes in art school, man.
The reason why I'm asking is because Wanye in my group, amazing artist. A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
He can draw his ass off.
Wow.
He's sick, but he's admitted that colors is something he can't do.
I would highly suggest he take if he wants to diminish that feeling, take a color theory class. I guarantee he'll love it. You learn like contrasting colors, which colors go with each other, which colors contrast each other, and which color like it's shit that it's math kind of, math with colors. It's really intense. And I remember
that might turn on off. If I say it's math, he's like,
nah, fuck good. That. I'm good. I remember my professor, his name was John Jacopelli. And he would come into class like doing pirouettes and shit.
Oh, okay.
And, hello, class. Today we're gonna start today's class off with the first dance of the day, and that dance is the attendance. I'm like, oh, it's going down. It's going down. He was amazing, man. He taught me so much, man. So much. But especially with doing graffiti at a young age, like we found out early which colors work together and which colors don't. You know what I'm saying? But learning the science behind it,
right?
And which colors can amplify other colors.
Yes.
And even that knowledge kind of goes into making music as well. You know what I mean? I feel like when I sit down to sequence an album, I kind of see it in colors, and like, well, this song doesn't really complement this song, so it probably shouldn't be sequenced.
Sure.
So it's all like all these worlds have always been one to me, but it's crazy to look back and see how close they really are, and how they've complemented each other,
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, I just knowing, just seeing, for example, the legendary Bob Ross.
Oh, come on.
And seeing how, first off, he epitomizes the word Zen. Okay.
Zen. See, I used to say that Bob Ross he was the human form of Xanax, like
Yeah.
you know, like for real, like
right. Yeah.
like
Bob Ross was the human Xanax. Like, yes, he was. Because anytime you come on, first I was like, "Hello, everybody. How are you doing?"
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna,
so soft.
yeah, so
like,
soft. How are we gonna let these trees?
Yeah.
Gonna blend these trees here.
Oop, we made no, we don't make mistakes. We
don't-
make happy accidents. You know what I'm saying? Like type shit.
So
like,
how he would blend the colors on the fly, like in real time, and then come up with this. Like as a kid, I was like, how the hell did he do that?
within a half an hour's
Within
time.
a
too.
half hour.
Like shit that would take your average artist months to years, but thousands of hours to do. He did in a half an hour.
Have you heard of the legend of Bob Ross? Have you heard this legend?
Uh-oh.
There's a legend.
Talk to me.
Every painting.
It's a journey.
Yeah, like it's a whole
seen the video.
painting.
I seen the video.
They said that everything that he's painted
blew my mind.
It connects. So it's just one.
So there's a video on YouTube.
It's crazy.
And it starts from the beginning of the show, and it shows all the paintings that he did throughout the time that the show was on television. And it's literally like you're going through this world. Like, have you seen the video?
No.
Oh, you need to. You need to.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a trip. I stumbled upon it one day, and I watched it like 7 or 8 times.
And the paintings connect, like the
well, they don't necessarily connect. I mean, they connect in a sense, but it's as if you're walking into his world, and peaks and valleys, and then So I guess they do connect, but
that's crazy.
Then it goes from it goes from morning to night. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing for sure. Yeah, he knew.
That's insane. Like I got to look that up. And for those of you who have seen it, please again comment on it or send links for other people to see it, because there are people like him and Lamar Burton.
Oh, come on, Reading Rainbow.
And yeah, and
butterflies in the sky.
Yep.
I can fly twice as high.
Take a look. It's in the book. Reading Rainbow. You know what I'm saying? Like I can do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys,
public access was the shit.
Come
back
on,
in the day.
Like Lamar and of course the legendary, the incredible Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. Oh man.
Mr. Rogers made me so happy.
Hello. You take off his shoes. Hello.
Oh man.
Remember the Eddie Murphy?
Yes. Mr. Robinson.
Mr. Robinson.
Mr. Robinson.
Hello, kid.
Who the hell is it? Yes. So again, these people, like, it's amazing how, and when I see, because you said music and colors.
Yeah.
When I see, or rather think of them, I think colors.
Yeah.
And the colors translate to music.
Absolutely. I think warm and cold, and like when I think cool, like obviously like warm, I think yellows and oranges, and then cooler, I think purples and baby blues. And,
yes.
And I can feel those when I listen to music. You know what I'm saying?
That's
especially
true.
when I'm sequencing an album. Like this is too hot to be close to this song. Too warm. Like let's keep it cool here.
Right.
Which I'm doing right now, sequencing a new album, and it's a motherfucker, because I think I recorded maybe 32 songs for this album.
Okay.
I'm trying to chop it down to 14.
When's it coming out?
To TBH.
Okay.
Or TBD. TBD. To be honest.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah, that's cool too.
But
TBH TBD.
we got so the first single, Universal Language, just dropped. And people are tripping over. We shot the video Monday. I'm super excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
The second single, Useless, is lined up. So now it's just a matter of finishing. The album's done.
Yeah.
Like, it's done.
Okay.
It's complete. It's a matter of mixing, and then finishing the sequence. So it's a ride. It's like a Bob Ross type of situation.
As it should be. Now, speaking of your projects, there's one in particular, and we kind of touched on. We were going to talk about the fights that you had to deal with. One of them being you've shown it's all good. You've shown that you're also a visionary. You have an understanding on what connects.
Oh yeah.
Or what you think
I know
connects.
where you're
One of
going with
those
this.
songs being a song called Billionaire.
You may have heard it.
That you may have heard it. Song called Billionaire by this upstart, this little guy.
You may have heard of him.
You may have heard of him. His name is Bruno.
Yeah.
You didn't have a clear path to that particular song. The label felt a little they were at odds.
They were
of your vision.
So at the time I was working on my first solo record. This is coming off the Pain tour, and him and I had done a bunch of songs, and I had talked to my management. And I was like, I don't think this is necessarily gym class, material, but I think it needs to be heard, And so like, fuck it, let's put out a Travie record. I'm like, cool. And my A&R at the time was Aaron Bayshuk. Shout out to Aaron.
Aaron Bayshuk. Haven't seen him in a while.
Running. Oh, you probably won't see him. He's just the head of goddamn. What is he? Head of Interscope?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's right. So yeah, we won't see him anymore.
He was an A&R at the time.
Nice to know you, Aaron.
so Aaron's like, hey, I got these dudes in LA, and he's like, I know you don't fuck with LA. And we can get into that later. But,
okay.
They're called the Smeezingtons, and I'm like, okay. So he's like, this dude Bruno, this dude Philip, and Ari. I'm like, cool, I'll go out. I got a hard out at 2 weeks. So I came out, and I think the first 2 days we had written 3 or 4 joints, and Billionaire was one of them.
Okay.
And I told this Easter egg not too long ago, but the original top line for Billionaire was I want to be a billionaire so fucking bad, buy all the things I never had. I want to be on the cover of Forbes magazine, standing next to Diddy and the Queen.
Ooh.
And I said, and this was before any of the allegations, not even the allegations, he's in jail, but like, ain't no allegedly there.
Right. Yeah,
so before anybody knew any of that shit, I had to scratch my head around that motherfucker a couple times, you know what I mean? Like, but something told me, like, well, not even something told me. I just didn't feel. I'm like, if I'm gonna have to perform this song, I don't want to talk about standing next to Diddy every night, because I don't want to stand next to him.
Right.
It had nothing to do with. It just didn't. Yeah, it didn't mesh.
Sure.
I was like, Bruno, we gotta change this line. He's like, nah, bro. Like, what, you sure? I'm like, yeah. Like, so. He came up with standing next to Oprah and the Queen. I said, I'll take Oprah over Diddy any day.
Okay.
Like, I can fuck with Oprah.
Oprah safe.
Yeah, Oprah safe. Or is she? so
zoom in.
I'm glad I pulled that tooth really quick. But when we brought it to the label, and they're like, great, who are we gonna get on the hook? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, well, we need to get somebody on the hook. Like, this is like first single material. And I'm like, absolutely. And it's done. And they just started throwing names at me. I'm like, listen, like, and the whole gist was, well, Bruno doesn't have a name, and this is your first single. And I'm like, my whole thing was, well, fuck if he has a name or not.
Right.
Who's gonna sing it the way he sang it?
Right. Right.
And they threw every name at me, CeeLo, this, that, and the third. So we went back and forth for it seemed like months, man. And
wow.
I'm like, I'm not putting this shit out if Bruno's not on it. You know what I mean? Like, and then I remember that we did a song with CeeLo called Dr. Feelgood. So now my pinky in the brain, hands are twiddling, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to this motherfucker. I know what to do.
Right.
So I had a meeting with Atlantic, and I'm like, listen, just let me keep Bruno on this shit. I'll put out Dr. Feelgood with CeeLo as the next single, because CeeLo, he was making a lot. He was
CeeLo.
In motion, and I think "Fuck You" it just came out too, which was, or "Forget You," whatever they call it on the radio.
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, listen, if hear me out, trust me. Let's keep Bruno on Billionaire, and we'll put out Dr. Feelgood with CeeLo as the second single. Mind you, I had no intentions at all of putting out Dr. Feelgood as the second
You
single.
were just sure. You
So
were playing chess.
they finally, they finally cracked and said, all right, cool, we'll trust you. But don't even tell me no buts. I know this shit's out of here. You know what I mean? Don't give me no buts.
Right.
I know shit's out of here. And Billionaire did what it did, and I got a few apologies. You know what I mean?
Oh,
well,
that was actually very gracious.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
that's nice.
I just wish it didn't take 3 damn months for you to understand what I was trying to tell you. And now the world has Bruno Mars.
Yeah, partially thanks to you, and again, this is another great example that artists need labels and labels need artists.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
sure
labels don't. You guys don't know it all.
They don't.
Neither do we.
That part.
Sometimes that can get lost in translation because it becomes less about what's good for the project and more about, but I'm me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm the exec or I'm the artist. And then it goes to something else, and then that's when things turn bitter. But
it gets mucky.
But this is another prime example of sometimes you got to just go with your gut.
Yeah.
And when you look into an artist's eyes, and again, this is the difference, I believe, between now and then. Mm-hmm. You still had guys in there that were music people.
Yeah.
So when artists are talking, that executive can really look at him and say, you know what? All right, okay. I'm a roll with you.
Absolutely.
I'm a roll with you on this
one
because I see your conviction.
They see it and they know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I've been in too many rooms with people, with in these buildings where half the room doesn't have a musical bone in their body.
No.
They know business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like you can't. It's like I'm not gonna argue with somebody who has no idea what it takes to do what I do. They know how to sell it. But so I'll listen to you on those points. But when it comes to like what my brand is about, like
you gotta in some cases executives sometimes in the words of James Fauntleroy, shut the fuck up.
Shout to James.
And just let these artists do these records.
Absolutely.
Like sometimes it's okay. It's no slight to you.
Not at all.
It's no blast to your ego or anything like that. But no one's gonna walk up to Shawn Stockman, the singer, and say, "Hey man, I really need you to put on these scrubs and do this brain surgery."
I wish I would have had that with me when I was in that room.
Like I really no, Trav. The patient he's down the hall. I got scrubs, coincidentally your size. You're a tall guy. We happen to have it. You got gloves. Wash your hands in this basin.
We've got the skull base open.
Yeah, and we're waiting for you. Right? I pray no one would ask me to do that.
I'm gonna remember this shit forever.
That brother good is dead. But
he's dead and stinking.
But so sometimes you have to respect the architect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no slight. We're not trying to damage your ego. No. Any of that.
Nor will we tell them how to do business,
you understand?
Like until later on when we realize shit's gone a little astray or a little array, like hold on, reel that back in. You know what I mean?
Well, I will say this.
Uh-oh.
This is the only difference between an artist's prowess and an executive prowess. A lot of stuff is based off of instinct to some degree.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's stats and figures.
Absolutely.
2 + 2 will always be 4.
That part.
No matter what. So you may not be able to learn how to write a song, but I definitely can learn your job.
That part.
I can learn how to.
I can do a little math.
Right. I can do some maths and add and subtract and take certain things away. And maybe I might need to learn a little politics on how to get certain things up. But even that, we're artists, so we know how to do that too.
That part.
So I will say that. Sorry, execs.
Don't be sorry.
But
Fuck that.
there are certain things that certain parts of your job that an artist could come in with some level of cognizance.
Look at these kids now, though. You know, like, and I hate to say it, but they all know it. Like, labels have become so unnecessary. You know, like these kids are literally. I mean, there's kids making full albums on their iPhones. You know, and then just throwing them out on the internet and getting, you know, like multi-million-dollar deals from these labels. So if you trust that kid who made that album in that closet with his phone enough, why the fuck won't you listen to me?
That's real. That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real. No, that's real talk. I mean,
I guess the times are changing, but still, like,
yeah. And these kids really have an edge up because they understood where the business was going before execs did.
Of course.
Which is why you see a lot of young kids that are multi-millionaires because they figured it out, and they figured it out in their little rooms, and they turned on their cameras and their phones and did something that connected with people. Because the bottom line is, what we do as artists, the element of connection is key.
Absolutely. I think it's the most. You know, I think it's the most.
It is the element.
Yeah.
It is the fifth element. You know, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of you can do a bunch of stuff, but if it doesn't connect,
what's the point?
What's the point?
What's the point?
Another song that you connected with. Again, this honestly, Wanye brought this song to me. With P Stump.
Which one? Cubis. Yeah.
Like he was bugging out.
Wow.
Because he heard this song. Yo, this shit is fucking crazy. That's like, you got to hear this. And I was like, yo, this is kind of fire.
That means the world to me.
No, seriously. Like, no. Because
full circle type shit.
No, seriously, because me and my guys, we're kind of weirdos in the sense where we listen to everything too.
Yeah.
Like I always say that my playlist is bipolar. I have Bach and I have Ice Cube.
Oh, you start right from the beat.
Yes.
Like, I love it.
And I have Ice Cube. I have
love it.
Deftones.
Woo!
And
Time Out.
Right. Oh,
One of my most favorite bands of all time.
Yeah. Private Music is a great album.
Oh,
yeah, it's so stupid.
You know the song Knife Party? I think Knife Party.
Which was No. Okay. What?
The one at the end. I know. Sing that again.
Right next to you.
That's You See the Butcher. That's my shit. Yeah, that's You See the Butcher. That's one of my favorite joints too.
His voice is so.
It's so crazy. And you can see all the like he's pulling from like early like Duran, but then he can just start screaming this Mariah Carey high ass growl.
If I ever did that, I wouldn't be able to sing for a year.
Yeah, and he does it every night, But there's a song called Knife Party that's so fucking sexy, and at the end, I think the story goes that there was a band or a woman in a room next to them that was doing like this scream sing therapy shit, and they're like, yo, can you come in? And so the end of that song is her just wailing, but it fits the song so well.
Crazy.
Like, Knife Party, when you get a chance.
I would check it out. But yeah, so P Stump.
Yes.
Fall Out Boy.
My brother.
How did that come to fruition? Like, cause it makes sense.
But it don't.
But it doesn't. So what was the inspiration? First off, how did that even come about? Like, who came up with the idea? Yeah, you should go in with him.
So this story goes back a little bit. So I'll try to keep it as compact. And so we when we first started uploading original gym class shit online, we were putting it on mp3.com. There's sites like Absolute Punk. Just all these there's a ton of them, and we started getting some traction, and Crush Management reached out to us, and they were managing Fall Out Boy at the time, and it was a song called Taxi Driver that kind of, I think, opened up that scene to what we were doing, because there's this magazine called Alternative Press, And in my bathroom at the time with my roommate, I had a stack of them. So whenever I was doing my duty in the morning, I would grab a AP, and flip through and see what was going on in that scene, because I loved a lot of that music. And I started noticing that the names of the bands were kind of crazy. Like, for instance, there's a band called "And You Will Know Us by the Trail of the Dead." Kind of like, you gotta say the whole shit like a Tribe Called Quest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, and you will know
us by the trail.
So there's been a band from Buffalo called "Every Time I Die," and the more I started seeing these names, I'm like, this narrative started brewing in my head. I'm like, wait a minute. And then I thought about when GZA made that song "Labels," where he took all the record label names and made a cohesive story. He's like, Tommy ain't my motherfucking boy. And like, he just kept going on and on. I'm like, wait, I can do that with this.
Right.
So I wrote a song called "Taxi Driver," and I just took all these, these emo, pop punk, and indie bands their names, and made a cohesive story. So my friends that didn't know any of these bands could listen to the song, and it still makes complete sense to them.
Yes.
But if you know the scene and you know these bands, you're like, oh shit, like, did he really just do that shit? So there's a line where I said, no need, just put on his coat heat and fall out. Boy meets boy meets girl, Jimmy eat world, but Schlepp eats pills till he's all out. And I think that got back to Pete from Fall Out Boy.
Right.
And my homie Nick Schmecka reached out to me. He's like, hey, I do merch for Fall Out Boy, blah, blah. He's like, can I play this? No, he's like, I played this song. I played Taxi Driver for Pete. He really loves it, blah, blah, this, that, and third. I'm like, cool. He's like, can I do a couple merch designs for you guys? I said, hell yeah.
Right.
So him and I became really close. And then Crush Management reached out, and we started, talking to them about possibly having them manage us. And then one day we get a call from Pete, and he's like, hey, you guys want to play a show with us? I'm like, yeah. Right. And we were finishing recording our first record. He's like, cool, it's in Davenport, Iowa. I'm like, motherfucker, we're in Buffalo right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. He's like, and it's in 2 days. So we literally wrapped up our session, hopped in the van, and drove from Buffalo to Davenport, Iowa. And we played a show with Fall Out Boy. It was Fall Out Boy, this band Armor for Sleep, a couple other bands, but we showed our ass.
Right,
but kids were just like this.
Right, dig.
And so after that show, I spoke to Bob from Crush, and he was like, yo, they said you killed it, this, that, and third. And I was like, yeah, motherfucker, we did. That's what we do. I'm not gonna drive from Buffalo to Davenport to fucking put on a mediocre show. Right. You know what I'm saying? So also I felt like we had something to prove. But I think also the fact that, we had the wherewithal and the fire to jump in a van and drive to Iowa from Buffalo
all that
for one show,
mattered.
Yeah, for sure. So that's how we kind of got into cahoots with Fall Out Boy. And then I'll never forget this. The day I met Patrick, and this is how I'll never forget it. They had a show in Buffalo, and we showed up. I'd seen them play online or in video or on DVDs and shit, and kids hang on to every word. They sing every single word, every song. And I'm like, I want that so bad. Yeah. And when me and Matt went to that Buffalo show, we got to see it and feel it. But I remember going into the green room to meet the guys, and Patrick was kind of off to the side, like crying. I was like, so I said what's up to Pete and Andy and Joe. And then I kind of like reluctantly crept over to Patrick because he seemed like he was going through something. He's like, oh, hey, man. He's like, oh, yo, I love your band. I'm like, you good, bro? He's like, yeah. He goes, Ray Charles just died.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh, he's different. Like, he's different. Like, he was, like, he didn't want nothing to do with what was going on there. He was
emotional
feeling
about
it.
Ray
And
Charles
I was like,
away.
oh, shit. And from that day forward, like, him and I, like, musically, him and I were like this, like, I'll come on the bus and, like, we were still in the van. They were on a bus, and I'm out here. If you want me to stay, I was like, Patrick got to have the aux. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
And
he plays last.
Oh my goodness! Like his he pulls from. I mean, he put me on to Harry Nilsson. I had no idea Harry Nilsson was as dope as he was, and all this shit. Am I saying it right? Harry Nilsson.
Harry Nilsson. Who's who? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Harry Nilsson. He Fuck, I can't.
What's the name of the song?
I can't think of the name of the song.
Okay.
But if you look up Harry Nilsson,
okay,
it's just
right.
So he put me up on him.
Okay.
And so much more. And we just traded, you know, like he knew a lot of shit that I didn't expect him to know, you know.
Yeah.
And so him and I, like every time we tour, we would just pass the aux, you know what I mean?
That's super dope.
And then so when it came to doing the second album, you know, we worked with Sam Hollander and Dave Katz and Patrick. Patrick was like, it was pretty much executive produced by Patrick, but he knew where I stood musically, like what I was into. So, and he was making beats in GarageBand, you know. So we would take these GarageBand sketches, bring them to the studio, and then, you know, like play them live, and then add our bells and whistles and shit. But yeah, Patrick's different, bro.
He's
dope. Different, very different.
And so that song just organically just came.
So you know what it was, and I always felt like we weren't allowed to sample because we were a live band. And what changed that ideology was when the Roots sampled Sly Stone for "Everybody Is a Star." Mm-hmm. Everybody is a star. Mm-hmm. And then when they then later on they sampled, this was after the fact, but they sampled for Dear God. It was called Dear God 2.0.
Okay.
I think they sampled the Mothers of I can't remember the band's name, Mothers of Folk or some shit.
Okay.
But
Amir, let us know where you sampled it from.
Yeah, please.
Please.
But after hearing the Sly flip, because I had always wanted to sample something, not just anything. I knew I wanted to sample Breakfast in America, and once that came out, I was like, all right, we can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what made me think we couldn't, but
right. Coming from you,
you know what I'm saying? Like what? So I'd always mentioned this to Matt and the band, and one day I was at work, and Cy, who I did the Project Bernie Allen with, my roommate from art school, he chopped up he found the record, chopped it up, and he's like, yo, check this out. And it was, take a look at I was like, dope, but you got the wrong part, because I originally wanted to sample Don't You Look at My Girlfriend, which comes in later. She's the only one I got, because it seemed more like macho, like don't be looking at my girl, you know what I mean? But when I heard it, something about take a look at my, it's like, it's kind of like, yeah, you can look at her, motherfucker, but don't touch type shit, which is a little less aggressive, but I still knock your ass out, right. But so at first I was a little like, and then it just grew on me, and so we brought it to Doug at Watchmen, paid like $250 and recorded that shit in about an hour and a half, maybe.
Crazy.
Yeah, and the rest is history.
Mashed potatoes. That's crazy.
with a dollop of sour cream.
There you go, because we like that sour cream. You know what? You know what's funny about these conversations? Like, again, I always say this, and this is the rewarding part of doing this podcast, is that I get to talk to friends like you, and I'll have a slew of questions. Yeah. And I promise you, I might have only asked 2.
See,
so but the cool thing about it is that this allows us to do a part 2, because there are questions that I want to ask, but
I don't want to keep it here.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Like I would normally love that, you know what I mean? Because I love these types of conversations. Again, I don't call them interviews, I call them conversations, but I do have a couple more, and they're fun.
Shits.
Let's see.
These are fun.
Give me your top 5 favorite bands. I don't care if it's hip hop, pop, punk, ska, bluegrass, gospel.
I'm gonna fuck your head up right now.
Okay. Let's go.
So I guess I already put it out there, but number one right off rip, Hall & Oates. Like,
Hall and Oates is
right off rip. I
an
don't know if you
amazing
guys can
start.
See this, but I have Hall Notes.
I was wondering who that was.
Private eyes on the
That's
tops of my
commitment.
hands. Absolutely. Shout out to Daryl and John and my father for putting me on.
Yeah.
Then I'd have to say Deftones. I guess is no particular order. But we got that out there earlier.
Yeah, Deftones is real.
And then
that's 2.
That's 2. You said 5, right?
Mm-hmm. And maybe a bonus, but we'll see.
Okay,
we'll see how well you do on this test.
So Deftones, Hall and Oates. Then I would have to say Curtis Mayfield and the Impressions. That's one band, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yes, sure.
Because I mean,
that was his band.
That was his band, so that works.
So, yeah. Okay, Curtis Mayfield.
Then
I don't hear a lot of Curtis Mayfield, so that's refreshing.
De La, for sure.
De La.
For sure.
I love De La.
Yeah.
Shout out
Rest
to
in peace to
Paz,
Dave.
the news.
Yes, sir.
Rest in peace, Trugoy. Yes, sir. That's
Damn.
4.
Yep. So 5. This one has to be 5. Fam, I gotta say Prince and the Revolution.
Okay.
Like, I'm tying these huge artists in, but they
I'm
have
not mad
bands,
at that.
so you know.
I'm not mad at that. Prince and the Revolution is.
Do I get a bonus?
Yes, you get a bonus. Give me a punk band.
Okay. Off rip.
Yeah, off rip. Give me a punk band. Give me a good one.
H2O.
H2O. There you go.
I would say Bad Brains, but I don't get a 6. But that's H2O popped up first. But Bad Brains would be in there too.
Shout out to Bad Brains. A lot of people know the name, but they don't know the significance.
Oh my gosh!
Behind that actual band
and the being from DC, you know, and the luck of it all, and saying fuck the government.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, but also, you know, the beauty, like going from spasmatic ass thrash punk into like one drop dub reggae, you know what I mean? Like in one set.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the punk kids are still like, Ja!
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, whatever you say.
Right. And again, and also because of the aggression of the band, you never think you would see some brothers.
Never.
Like up there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
this motherfucker would do a backflip into a James Brown fucking squiggle, and then do a split, and then crowd surf.
Right.
And then come back on beat. Like,
yeah, right.
What?
Right.
Different.
Yeah, that's some,
different.
That's some
HR was.
I mean, shout out to the Clash, but you ain't gonna see that.
Oh
there.
Man, the
Clash. You're not gonna see that with the Clash.
no, definitely not.
Definitely not. I mean, you're a great band, but you know,
and amazing tunes, but that energy. Oh man.
Yeah, that's extra. All right. What's your favorite restaurant, Trav?
Favorite restaurant?
Give me one.
Okay,
you might have a few, but
it's
give me one.
It's defunct now.
Okay.
It was in the city, and I used to go there and order 2 pounds of Alaskan king crab legs.
2 pounds?
2 pounds, bro. Well, you got, you know, they use
they
the
prepare
claws.
it? Like,
no, they crack them, pull them out halfway, so you ain't gotta do too much work.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the fucking name because they've been closed for years. When I moved to Miami, moved back to New York, I went to go get my crab legs, and they were dust. It was gone. It was no more. And I used to go there damn near 3 or 4 times a week. City Crab. It was called City Crab.
City Crab.
City Crab. Yep.
Cool.
It was my shit.
Even though it's shut down, let's just say, for the sake of this conversation, it's open.
Yeah.
All right. So you're sitting at the table with your bib.
Yep,
and your
absolutely.
2 pounds of crab legs.
And a bucket of garlic butter.
Because you got to have that. What you drinking?
Shirley Temple.
A Shirley Temple. That's beautiful. Nice and frosty.
Yep. It
Frothy.
goes with the vibe.
It goes with the vibe. And, okay, so you're enjoying yourself. You're having a nice meal. And in walks a younger version of you.
Oh, shit.
He's been looking for you. This was before the tattoos.
You're scaring me now.
All right.
Where does this go?
No, he's looking for you.
Oh,
he wants to know what his future will look like and what type of he wants to glean some knowledge, some information, some words of wisdom from his older self.
You have a degree in psychology, bro.
I might by the end of this
Well,
year. I don't know.
Damn, I mean, I guess you gotta kind of have, like the wherewithal to do what you do. Like having these conversations. It's
We're
like some
artists.
barbershop shit too.
We're artists. This is what we talk about when we're on the bus and
You're right.
stuff like that. So this is no different. So okay, so he's sitting across from you now, the younger version, the 9-10-year-old Travis Lazarus.
Yes.
What would the older Lazarus
Mm-hmm.
say to little Lazarus? What would you give him?
Damn. I guess I have a couple things stirring.
Mm-hmm.
But
we're all
rip,
listening.
I would say, don't think too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, you're not as chubby as you think you are.
You thought you were chubby?
What? I mean, I knew I was fat, but I mean, in your brain when you're a kid, like everything's amplified.
Yeah, sure.
Like, you're not as chubby as you think you are.
Okay.
And she don't like you now, but she will real soon.
Ain't that part? That part. That is all. Listen. Hey, young boys and girls. Listen, that is a word. My dad always told me, I'm going to give you the G version of what he said and how he said it. But he basically told me to never lie to kick it. He said, never lie. He said, because once you lie just to get to a woman, that means that whatever happens to that woman, you are partially responsible for.
Absolutely. Wow.
You change her perception on how she looks at men, how she looks at life, the whole 9 yards. He said, so never lie. He said, tell the truth. And even if the truth hurts. And if she ain't down with it, it's okay. He said, because guess what? Right around the corner, there's another girl that's willing to be with you.
That's beautiful.
And let me tell you, he did not lie.
Wow.
That man did not lie. He did not lie like that. That was so honest. I never understood that until I got older and realized that my dad was schooling me. And even now that he's in the great beyond, there's still certain things that I refer to that he told me years ago, and he's still teaching me.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I hear you better not be tracing at least 3 times a day.
You understand?
For real.
Like it's insane. So that's a word right there, man. You got to come back.
I'm here. Whenever you need me back, man.
Or even I come to you. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be beautiful too.
We got to make this happen, ladies and gentlemen. Can y'all please give it up for Trav V McCoy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for hanging. Make sure you like, you subscribe, and do all of that social media good stuff. Once again, it was a pleasure to have my longtime friend, a brother that I haven't seen in so long, Mr. Travie McCoy. I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as we did, and we'll see you again
Part
sometime
2
soon. Part 2 coming soon. Peace. So fucking dope.
Fun.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Hey, y'all. Thank you so very much. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, all right? My Patreon page is up, and if you like this video, we got a couple more for you to watch, too.